Guys, I am right about to make a big trade in the crypto space. Guys, today I am going to talk about the trade I am going to take. I'm going to explain why I'm going to take it. I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen with crypto next, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins in general. I am going to update you on my trading strategies, as well as some groundbreaking key things that continues to happen behind the scenes. These are things that not a lot of people are paying attention to, but it is going to translate into higher prices for Bitcoin eventually. So I guess I just revealed my next move for Bitcoin, but just wait and see what the next major move I have for altcoins are. So guys, make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. Welcome back everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So first off, on the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, massive congratulations guys. We made a new all-time high yesterday, and this was absolutely fantastic. We went up to the orange line, up at $70,000, and once we hit this resistance, we did see a massive pullback as well. So we did have a big pullback. This was all, I mean, we went down to, let us see here, we went all the way down actually to $66,000. So from $70,000 down to $66,000. It's not as bad as we saw right here when we went to $69,000 and dropped to $59,000. So this was a $10,000 move essentially. But still we had a little bit of a pullback, and you know, this looks so similar, guys. Actually, I want to show you this. Let us go to the weekly time frame. This looks so similar to what you saw, albeit it was actually on the weekly time frame, I believe. Let us see here. Yeah. So you know about this already if you've been watching my channel, but here we had the previous all-time high in 2017 at $20,000. And then when we approached $20,000 right here, we did have first one big pullback. Okay, we went from 20 down to 16. So this was like a, what is that, like 20? Less than 20%. Now things are gonna look really weird. Maybe no, okay. So that's like, yeah, 17%. So this would be the equivalent of when we dropped from 69 to 59, right? And then we had another smaller pullback here, which was like only 10%. So this would be the equivalent to the pullback you saw yesterday when we pumped from $17,000 and we then dumped into, what was it, like $66,000. Now, albeit previously was on the weekly time frame, and what we saw right here was actually on the 4-hourly time frame, right? So that is the difference right here, but still, like in terms of the dynamic here in the pullbacks, although it's happening on a smaller scale, but it's just because I think that things are moving faster right now for Bitcoin. And I do think that a massive move towards the upside is imminent. So that is still my base case for Bitcoin, guys. I want to go through this because Ethereum is about to have a groundbreaking thing happening here very, very soon. In fact, it's already happening behind the scenes. Let me get back into that. First, traditional markets. You can see big pullback for traditional markets yesterday, but we are still at all-time high territories, even though we saw this big red candle. Gold also had a pullback. Now, before I talk about the massive stuff happening behind the scenes and the massive trade I am taking at this very moment, just a quick update on the trading strategies. Since I launched these ones, the new ones, the last 2 days, we're already up on OKX 10%. We're up on BitGet about, well, it is more than this actually. It is about 13% here because I added more margin here. This shows less percent. And then on Bybit, we are up, 20%. But this is not the entire truth because we have some of the previous bots also being accounted for here. Nonetheless, we're seeing massive profits across the board on my trading strategies the last 2 days. Now, big updates because my slots are filled right now. On the trading strategies, it is filled on BitGet. Both of the accounts are filled, 750, 750. So if you want to join on BitGet, you need to click on the waiting list. Also, it is filled on Bybit. So 76 people in the waiting list already. The only option you can use right now is if you use OKX, which is the preferable option anyway. I think it is the best exchange, and the bots have also been doing tremendously well here. So if you want to use it on OKX, you are able to do that both for my trading strategies and for my individual trades. Now, also for individual trades, they are filled on Bybit and on BitGet. So if you want to join on OKX, go down to the description of this video, click on this link, claim $60,000, and then with one click, once you have signed up, you can click right here, setting you up for that bot on OKX. And if you want to join also my individual trades, you can use this link right here. But I do think there's only a few spots left, so this will probably be full by the time you click on it. Now let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes here. This is huge. So Bitwise, which is one of the ETF providers, have been saying that they are in discussions with institutions who are, and they say here, serious due diligence discussions with a variety of major financial and corporate entities interested in Bitcoin. So these entities are gonna start buying in Q2. So essentially, they are starting to buy, like probably in April, May, they will start to heavily deploy into Bitcoin. And this is what I've been saying all along, guys. It's so beautiful that we have been able to, this is the only asset, Bitcoin is the only asset where we have been able to front run. We have been able to get in before the major institutions, the only asset in history. So that is absolutely fantastic. And now they are going to pump our bags. So that is absolutely massive. This is why I am not selling any of my Bitcoin right now that was accumulated on lower levels, because this is huge, guys. Major institutions are in deep due diligence discussions to enter, and it's only a matter of time. Also, and this could potentially be even bigger. So as you know, Blackrock, the biggest asset manager in the world, they have massive funds, right? They have different funds. They could have one fund to get exposure to, I don't know, Asia, one fund to get exposure to United States, one fund for, I don't know, energy sector, whatever it may be. They have like bazillions different funds, and then people can just take their money and put it into that. And those funds consist of a variety of different stocks for that specific niche, right? Now what they're saying is that they are going to include the spot Bitcoin ETFs into its global allocation fund. So one of their funds is the global allocation fund. It has, what is that, almost $37 billion in assets under management. So they're going to include Bitcoin, meaning whenever people buy this fund, they will automatically buy Bitcoin with it. And these are the kind of things that people just want to passively invest, right? They want to put their money into Blackrock in this case, and they want them to deal with all of the like individual things like buying the stocks, selling, whatever it may be. So this is huge because they are not going to include it only in this one. I read also it's going to be in two different things. Let us see here. So they will have the global allocation fund, and then they will also have the strategic income opportunities fund. So if you want income opportunities, they will add Bitcoin into that fund. And when people buy this fund, they get exposure to Bitcoin, and more Bitcoin is being bought off of the market. So that is great, guys. And this is why I've always been telling you, do not underestimate the long-term effects, because as these things, all of the bricks are being put into place here, which leads into continuous buying pressure for Bitcoin moving into the next few months, into the next few years even. So that is absolutely massive. But now let's talk about the massive trade I'm gonna take, because we just had news yesterday that Grayscale and Coinbase have been meeting with the SEC about a spot Ethereum ETF. Now, why is this huge? Because these were some of the early signs for the SEC to actually consider approving the spot Bitcoin ETFs. So this is how it started. And then they were in discussions. You saw, ETFs being filed. You already have seen the ETFs being filed for Ethereum. First deadline is going to be in May. So they're going to try to make a case here that if the SEC has approved the spot Bitcoin ETFs, which they have, they should also approve the Ethereum ETFs. And I am not as certain, like with Bitcoin ETFs, I was 99% certain they would approve it. With the Ethereum ETF, I am like 80% or 75% certain that they will approve it in May. It could take a little bit longer. But yeah, this is the big trade I'm going to make, guys. I'm going to put more money into Ethereum. So I'm going to shift some of my money I have in stable coins and in other altcoins into Ethereum. As you know, guys, we've been making so insane gains on altcoins here recently. So taking some off of the table and putting it into Ethereum, that is going to be the trade that I'm going to make. Now, if we go to our altcoins continues to go absolutely nuts here. You can see that Koti is on another massive run. It already hit 25 cents. It's up 25% today. And CDFI is also doing really, really well. It hit 4.5 cents. $4.5. That is all good. As we already know, also DJI has been doing really, really good. But it's not a bad idea to shave some profits off of the massive profits we've been making here and putting it potentially into Ethereum. And also, speaking of altcoins, I talked about Floki actually 4 days ago during this meme coin mania. 4 days ago, the last 4 days, this has pumped like 75 or 80%. So congratulations to everyone that got into Floki 4 days ago. But also, as you know, I've been talking about Floki on the channel for the last months, really. And if you got in when I made the videos on Floki and TokenFi right here, you are up. Man, can I even, yeah, this is like 10x already from here in early February. So massive congratulations if you got into that. So that is good to see. Also, finally, I want to show you something funny. Nvidia dropped 10% yesterday, and that is a big reason actually why we saw a drop in the traditional markets on the index here, because Nvidia consists of a huge part here, not on the S&P 500, but on NASDAQ. I think it's listed on NASDAQ. So when NASDAQ drops, of course, it also spreads into the S&P 500. But yeah, Nvidia dropped like 10% in 30 minutes. So it's starting to trade almost like crypto. So yeah, that is just a fun thing to see. And let's see how this is going to progress on Monday and when the stock market opens up in next week. Guys, just like I said, if you want to join my trading strategies on OKX, which is open still, watch the video at the top of the description, the tutorial right here. And then you can sign up $60,000 using this link. And then with one click on this one for the trading strategies, and for the individual trades, you can click right here. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.